Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The studio lights of Starlight Pavilion had always felt warm and familiar to Bradley Walsh, like old friends greeting him before each taping. But tonight, something about them seemed harsher, almost accusatory, as if they sensed the storm gathering inside him long before anyone else did. Bradley brushed it off with his usual smile. "Come on, team," he laughed, clapping his hands. "Let's make some magic." The audience cheered, the cameras rolled, and the show began. But halfway through a joke, one he'd told 1,000 times, one the crowd always loved, his voice faltered. A strange wave of dizziness swept over him, and the cue cards blurred as though sinking into water. He steadied himself on the podium, hoping no one noticed. They did. "Bradley, you all right?" whispered Melissa, the floor manager, her face tightening with worry. He forced a grin. "Bit lightheaded. Must be the sandwich from lunch. Don't worry." Yet worry filled the room like smoke. During the commercial break, as the crew swarmed around him, he felt the world tilting again. His breath caught, shallow and sharp. Then, darkness. Melissa screamed. The audience gasped. Someone yelled for the medics. Bradley collapsed to his knees, then to the floor, softly, almost gracefully, as if bowing out of a performance he never intended to end. The hospital waiting room became a universe of fear. Bradley's son, Barney, paced in tight circles, his hands trembling. His mother, Donna, sat rigidly in a plastic chair, staring at the linoleum floor as if willing it to give her answers. Colleagues, friends, and studio staff trickled in, each one carrying the same haunted expression. "We don't know anything yet," Barney whispered for the 10th time, though his voice cracked more each time he said it. The doctors had rushed Bradley into emergency care the moment he arrived, but the lack of updates felt like torture. Every minute stretched thin and sharp. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, a doctor emerged, peeling off gloves, his face gentle but grave. "He experienced a cardiac event," the doctor explained. "We stabilized him, but we're not out of the woods." Donna buried her face in her hands. Barney's eyes brimmed over despite his efforts to stay strong. A hush fell over the room, thick with fear and heartbreak. Hours passed. Night faded into a bruised blue dawn, and at last the family was allowed to see him. Bradley lay pale but breathing, connected to monitors that beeped softly, their rhythm fragile and precious. His hand twitched when Barney took it. "Dad," Barney whispered, "scared us to death, you know." He opened one eye, just barely, and managed a weak smile. "Hard to get rid of me," he rasped. Donna laughed through tears. "You silly man. You scared me more than anyone." He reached for her hand too, squeezing faintly. The machines hummed. The world slowed. For a moment, everything existed in the quiet space around their intertwined fingers. The fear didn't vanish, but the love was louder. In the days that followed, messages poured in from around the world, messages of hope, prayers, stories of how Bradley's humor had brightened dark days. Nurses taped drawings from children near his bedside. Fellow presenters sent voice notes filled with warmth and longing. And slowly, inch by inch, breath by breath, Bradley began to recover. He wasn't ready to return to the stage, not yet, but one morning, still tired but smiling, he whispered to his family, "When I go back, I'm opening the show with the worst joke you've ever heard." Donna groaned. Barney laughed. Tears returned, this time with relief. Because even in fragility, one thing was clear. Bradley Walsh's light was far from going out. It was simply learning to shine again.